Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing really well this morning. Whew. It's Thursday. We're getting close to the end of the week. Woohoo! Sleeping late Saturday morning. That's what I'm looking forward to. Of course, sleeping late for me is like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Because normally it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'll take it. Let's do a verse today. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Indeed, your adversary the devil is a roaring lion. Although the devil doesn't represent the lion. I mean, I know what Peter's doing. Because lions were almost the epitome of, fear and destruction to men back then. Lions were indomitable. I mean, generally, when if you got thrown, if you were put to death, one of the ways that they put you to death, at least kings did, is they threw you in the lion's den. Just as Daniel was thrown in the lion's den. So lions are used as a representative of how the devil is always looking for a way to destroy you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. A roaring lion walketh about, and when it sees something that it wants to devour, it devours it. Nothing stops a roaring lion. That being said, as I said, the devil doesn't represent the lion. You've heard the Lion of Judah. God more represents the lion. Strong, vigilant, powerful, indomitable, but beautiful. The devil represents the serpent, the snake. The lions are bold. They don't have to slink around. They walk about boldly and powerfully. And the whole world, anyone that sees a lion reveres it. Whereas the devil is a snake, a slippery serpent. Represented, well, actually, not just represented, but in the Bible, in end of times, comes out of the ocean as a dragon. The deepest depths of the ocean is where the devil resides. In his physical form. It's the deepest depths of the ocean. The darkest place on earth. The only place on earth that is irrevocably dark is the deepest depths of the ocean. It doesn't matter if the sun is out or if the moon is out, it's darker. Given there's also caves and all that throughout the world, but the ocean is accessible to everyone, and the devil resides in the deepest depths of it. I'm going to say probably deeper than the Mariana Trench, because, we know about the Mariana Trench, but there's so much of the ocean we don't know about. So, that's where the devil is, and he represents the serpent, the sleeking serpent. Now, if you see a dragon come out of the water, you're like, whoa, that thing doesn't have to slink around. It doesn't have to slink around, however, he lives in the darkest part of the world. He hides from the face of God. He hides like there's anywhere that he can hide to stay away from God. But the devil seeks to devour everyone and everything that he can. So you have to be sober. As a believer in Jesus Christ, you have to be sober, and you have to be vigilant, and you have to be awake, and you have to be aware, and you have to constantly guard yourself. Because the devil seeks to destroy you at every turn, seeks to destroy you, devour you. at every ounce of weakness you show. The thing is, we are beings of flesh and blood. The Spirit of Jesus resides in us. And our flesh, we are not bound by it, so we will ascend to heaven when our day comes. But we still live in these fleshly bodies, and we still have weaknesses, lots of them. And Satan is always trying to capitalize on those weaknesses, always trying to find a way to pull us away from God. The thing is, God will never pull away from us. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us. But we, through our free will, can pull away from Him. And Satan is always trying to find a way, an in, to get in there and grab us and rip us away from God. He doesn't have to rip us away, but he can't rip us away. He can just leave little breadcrumbs to try to get us to turn away from God and walk away from Him. Tricks, deceits, the great deceiver, the prince of lies. Those aren't just names. They're names based on Satan and what he represents. He represents falsehood, falses. Everything about Satan is false and wrong. He is the prince of lies because he only lies. He is the great deceiver because he deceives everyone and everything. Nothing about Satan is true. He represents himself as this big, powerful, evil thing. And he is powerful. Don't get me wrong. But comparative to God, he's tiny. But he pushes himself throughout the world through television and media and books as the most dominant and destructive and heinous force on the face of planet Earth. He pushes himself, honestly, as a fictional character, because if you don't believe in the devil, then it's possible that you also don't believe in God. So he wants you to disbelieve that he exists. Satan can convince you that he doesn't exist, and convince you, if Satan convinces you that he doesn't exist, and convinces you that God doesn't exist, he still wins. If you believe in God, he loses. If you believe in God, and you don't believe in him, he loses. But if you believe in God and you don't believe in Satan, I want to have a conversation. I have met a few people that don't believe in the devil. And their vision of God is a little construed. But all Satan has to do is cast out. It's really easy to cast out. So we have to be strong and sober, meaning awake. We have to be awake. Sober is awakeness, not wokeness. Don't get that confused. We have to be awake, sober, vigilant. Have all of our mental properties, and physical properties, and spiritual properties predominantly about us, and be awake and realize that Satan is always looking to destroy us. Always looking to find a way to take us away from God, because he himself is going to lose. At the end of it all, he is going to lose. So he's trying to take a door prize, and that door prize is us. He wants to take as many of us away from God as he can. That's his goal. So be sober. Be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Don't be a statistic. Believe that Jesus died for you, for your sins, and saved you from the grave, and resurrected the third day, and took the keys of death from Satan and ascended to heaven and sat at the right hand of God the Father Almighty to prepare a way for you, so that when your time ends here, you ascend to heaven to be with Him. I hope everyone has a really wonderful day. God bless you.